The Hitler Youth, German, Hitlerjugend, often abbreviated as, was the youth organization of the Nazi Party in Germany. Its origins date back to 1922 and it received the name Hitlerjugend, Bund deutscher Arbeiterjugend, Hitler Youth, League of German Worker Youth, in July 1926. From 1936 until 1945, it was the sole official boys' youth organization in Germany and it was partially a paramilitary organization. It was composed of the Hitler Youth proper for male youths aged 14 to 18, and the German youngsters in the Hitler Youth for younger boys aged 10 to 14. With the surrender of Nazi Germany in 1945, the organization de facto ceased to exist. On October 10, 1945, the Hitler Youth and its subordinate units were outlawed by the Allied Control Council along with other Nazi Party organizations. Under Section 86 of the Criminal Code of the Federal Republic of Germany, the Hitler Youth is an unconstitutional organization and the distribution or public use of its symbols, except for educational or research purposes, is illegal. The Hitler Youth was organized into corps under adult leaders, and the general membership of the HJ consisted of boys aged 14 to 18. The Hitler Youth was organized into local cells on a community level. Such cells had weekly meetings at which various Nazi doctrines were taught by adult leaders. Regional leaders typically organized rallies and field exercises in which several dozen Hitler Youth cells would participate. The largest gathering usually took place annually at Nuremberg, where members from all over Germany would converge for the annual Nazi Party rally. Since the HJ and BDM were considered fully Aryan organizations by Nazi officials, premarital sex was encouraged in their ranks. The Hitler Youth maintained training academies comparable to preparatory schools, which were designed to nurture future Nazi Party leaders. The Hitler Youth also maintained several corps designed to develop future officers for the Wehrmacht, armed forces. The corps offered specialized foundational training for each of the specific arms for which the member was ultimately destined. The Marine Hitler Youth, Marine HJ, for example, served as an auxiliary to the Kriegsmarine. Another branch of the Hitler Youth was the Deutsche Arbeiterjugend, HJ, German Worker Youth, HI. This organization within the Hitler Youth was a training ground for future labor leaders and technicians. Its symbol was a rising sun with a swastika. A program entitled Landjahr Lager, Country Service Camp, was designed to teach specifically chosen girls of the BDM high moral character standards within a rural educational setting. The Hitler Youth had a number of monthly and weekly publications. Among them were the Hitlerjugend Zeitung, Hitler Youth newspaper, the Sturmjugend, Storm Youth, Junge Front, Young Front, Deutschen Jugendnachrichten, News for German Youth, and Willi und Macht, Will and Power. Other publications included Das junge Deutschland, Young Germany, Das Deutsche Mädel, a paper for girls in the BDM, and Junge Dorfgemeinschaft, Young Villager. The members of the Hitler Youth were viewed as ensuring the future of Nazi Germany and they were indoctrinated in Nazi ideology, including racism. The Hitler Youth appropriated many of the activities of the Boy Scout movement, which was banned in 1935, including camping and hiking. However, over time it changed in content and intention. For example, many activities closely resembled military training, with weapons training, assault course circuits and basic tactics. The aim was to turn the HJ into motivated soldiers. There was greater emphasis on physical ability and military training than on academic study. Sacrifice for the cause was instilled into their training. Former Hitler Youth Franz Jagman said that the notion Germany must live even if the members of the HJ had to die was hammered into them. More than just a way to keep the German nation healthy, sports became a means of indoctrinating and training its youth for combat. This was in keeping with tenets outlined in Hitler's notorious work, Mein Kampf. Typical school days for the Hitler Youth included many more hours of sports and physical training than academic pursuits, imbued with drill, physical tests, and trials, all with the ultimate goal of warfare.